Hello, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support or a little inspiration today. As promised, the other day we scryed a bookmark and we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities, scrying for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll add on some oracle cards in the shaman's palm configuration, and where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have GhostTube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. Overall, please do receive a release freely. If you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I'm so grateful for your time, attention, and awareness as your presence and perspective is powerful, friend. Thank you. So when you're ready, let's go. All right, the flip has already happened. And if you watched the end, through the end screen, these were our two cards that were our bridge to the flip. The OG reading is below. I'll put the link in the description box. You're welcome to take a look. Comment below what you see, sense, or feel. Drop an emoji. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. I'm going to take a moment to open up. You're welcome to join me or scooch through. Taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palate of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of anyone here at any time, thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. All right. Okay. So sorry, I just jumped right in here and I see this figure giving me the middle finger. Gotta love it. But you know what? It feels good. It kind of feels like enough is enough. And you know when it's kind of depicted in like a movie or a show and somebody, I can even say finger guns, right? And it's like, and they just like walk away. There's a sense of completion here. There's a sense of completion. And in the same regards, I'm not going to give you the finger, but your power finger, is it Saturn? It might be. But you just kind of, you're smiling, you're walking away, you're backing up, you're like, not for me. I'm out. And it's not an out to be insulting. That's what I want to say. It's not an out to be insulting. If you go to the OG Scrying, they don't always carry over. But in this case, there's this feeling from that exfoliating. It's like, why am I here? Why am I here? Very nice. Goes to very much like this. So thank you. And it comes into this other space from the OG about the circle of friends and this like multi-dimensional, multiverse mud bath that was going on. There is time, make time for that, or there's an aspect and energy of you that's making time for that. It's like going in for a service massage, whatever the case may be. You're getting your nails done, getting your car fixed, whatever the case is. And it's like because I'm seeing now, interesting, I don't know that I'm correct, but I want to say when I would go to a mechanic, or you're looking to sell a car, there's a red book value, or it'll tell you maybe also in this red book or a different red book, oh, this is what's wrong, like the transmission needs to be fixed. This is the general estimated amount of time and the cost. Okay, so there are factors into this red book overall kind of valuing system. I want to sweep on over because now I'm on my coffee table here at home and the Jungian red book, and you might be diving into that realm as well. Or it's not about diving in or diving out. You are working within the scope of said. It's definitely has a lot of mandala work, which is bringing me to the OG side, which is the weavers, the delicacy of lace, but yet how strong it can be. Okay. This is like all in that. And it was once this kind of it's like watching things go down the drain after taking a bath or washing your hands. I'm very much so in like a mechanic space simultaneously. Yeah. Okay. It's cool. That's fine. because I get it. I've worked in many gas stations and garages. It's actually like I like love the smell. I love the smell of garages, working with the oil and the exhaust and just, I don't know. I love it. I love it. Anywho, I'm up here, and this conversation up here, there's a taller being talking to this being here that's like sitting back on their rock maybe, or your world, their world. It's just, it feels like a conversation. Hold on. Somebody or something's around you, or notice that you've done something like within your energy, your multi-dimensional nature. You kind of smell like roses, male or female, but you're just getting the gist, right? Insert any scent, because in the OG side, there was a covering of scents. And here, you have a certain smell that's kind of captivating. It's enchanting, really. Yeah. It's an enchanting scent. Your energy is enchanting. But there is a very specific space held. Something about cleaning the bottom of shoes.
Janitor.
Yeah, there's lots of cleaning going on, but it kind of feels nice. It's not. You might even be a janitor. Okay, so that's an interesting word I just heard. Cleaning agent. Cleaning agent. I don't know if that's a substance or an essence. Okay, there's a koala bear in here. If that symbol means anything to anyone, it's definitely a koala. Here's the creepy part. I heard.
Why are you here?
Cannibal koala. When I wander in and I acknowledge cannibal koala, that's the one I see the finger guns or the middle finger, and I'm like, no. They want to, whatever this energy is, they want to be presented in front of me.
How are you?
Very, very large. There are ants up here, specifically red ants that bite. Oh, okay, we're going to pop over there for a second. All right. Okay, so we have here, coming into the cave of ice, is labor and academic. This is that feeling on the precipice or the peak of a pyramid. If one side was one and the other's like putting two heads together or two concepts, and the teeter-totter. I'm also seeing that, but they're balanced. It's like your awareness academically and your labors of love work together. They also, I'm seeing it like one of those. Is it one of the rascals? I could be wrong.
Pathetic.
Rude. They have a hat with like a little helicopter spinny thing on top. It's kind of like a detector. And then I'm also seeing, for someone quite specifically who has like some mad machinery in the mind, it's like this bulldozing arm that can pick things. Maybe it's not a bulldozer, the buckety one, and it can pick things up and be like, no. No. Very much so a skill in all of this. Very much so a skill in all of this. There's two feminine energies here. I'm not sure what they're doing yet.
Beer.
I feel like I'm in a convertible and my hair is blowing in the wind. What's going on down there? Cave of... Okay, thank you. And then I also have privilege and absence in the cave of winds in the mind. Somebody lost a parent when they were young. My condolences. But there's an absence there, right? In
How
reverting
are
back
you?
to that space of absence. I'll just let you know I'm being drawn back up here to this conversation with the space. That space being the veil. Call it what you will. This person, whoever this may be to you that has passed, is very much so still with you. They stand tall right with you. They have sent not only symbols, shapes, and messages to you to believe that they are still there. The absence is an illusion, but it's understood compassionately. When you maybe sit and talk to them, or think about them, or dream about them, they come. They're right there. They come. I don't know how else to affirm that for you. And if this message is just for one, thank you for holding space for it to come through for them. For others, there's this rabbit hole. You've had a guide with you from the OG side. I remember specifically, and I don't always remember, which is interesting. There was something about a briefcase. It was like these shaman creatures. Yeah, or am I making that up? I'm not making that up. Yeah, they're right there. And
Scratch.
one of them has a briefcase, quite specifically. Thank you. Here, this one has a briefcase or like a medical case as well. It's like multi-dimensional medicalness. I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to let it fall out of my face. There is an... Okay. If you've been working with an energy, say, curse or blessing, angel or demon, apply any polarity if you even need one. I doubt that you really need one, but for simplicity's sake and duality density, let's throw it in there as points of reference. And your first day of school, a parent, sibling, guardian holds your hand and takes you to, your first day of kindergarten and hands you off to a teacher that is going to teach you. And it is a privilege for them to have you come into their class, to their presence, to their field. And this will happen time and time and time again. As you grow, we'll use the school analogy for simplicity's sake, and then you'll go into middle school. And while you might not have a parent there necessarily hand holding you,
Close.
that guide, that guardian is still watching. They are still watching. You might not see them, but you think they drove away and dropped you off, or you took the bus. They know what's going on. There's a preparation that's been happening. Hence the cleaning. It's like being outside and playing and having such a great time with energy and elements, minerals and bugs and all these fun things, making mud pies and two very, very adult things, right? You're going to work, you're holding meetings, you're taking care of the kids, you got the animals, you're taking your car in the shop, all the things. Playing responsibly, maintaining health of cars, family, dogs, all these energy and elements. And when you take time somewhere in your psychology and psychonaut, psychedelic, apply any terminology, intellect, imagination, intuition, you've been doing always along the way some form of work that is preparing you to be handed off to another teacher. This is not to imply, I don't really think I need to worry about anyone's egos being triggered in a negative way, because a healthy ego is a beautiful thing and it's very important for earthly existence. Because you know, as you're preparing to go now into, say, a college or a mystery school or university or a new job, there may be a mundane reflection of it, but for others, there's no physical representation of it. It's you. It's you. It's in your scent and in your signature. And they're ready to receive you. And you are, by one guide, spirit guide, guardian, ancestor, is walking with you. Please don't focus on the handing off point. Sorry if I yammered through that. Yeah, sorry if I yammered through that. Hopefully the clarity of the points of reference. Because it's their privilege to receive you. And simultaneously, you will receive other energies. And the teacher-student rules are exchanged. There it is. Tribe in the Cave of Hearth Fires. Class photo. You always gotta have the jokesters. They're like, even like giving the middle finger. Wasn't that like a thing at one point in time where you would secretly give the middle finger in a class photo, or just a jokester? Oh, so great. Can I get another Cave of Hearth Fires? See, this guy is giving the finger, and we were talking about finger guns. No, actually, I think he's like a cowboy. But yeah, that's what. But it's like a jokester feel. You might feel conflicted leaving one class to another class. There also might be some that have been, say, so I have never gone to like a traditional college or university. However, it's, not rocket science to see the way it works. Say you and a bunch of people, commonalities, spiritually, mundane, whatever the case is, or one company, and you go in and you're like, hey, we're here for business course. And then you take those other subjects to like personalize the experience or follow certain interests. Or you go into a medical profession. It's like we're all going into this basic fundamentals of knowing medicine, and then people are going to wander off into surgeries, eyes, ears, nose, feet, whatever the case is, right? There's a splitting off happening. This is a very positive thing. It's a splitting off happening. But in lieu, it's like you're all going to come back together at some sort of graduation.
Rope.
It's not conflictual. They're complementary. Now, to an outsider, I'm going to say outsider, though it's not the greatest word to use.
Lord.
If the state of oneness is embodied, an outsider doesn't exist. However, in the respect of alignments coming together in energy egregores of sorts, one might feel outside of that, and it could be like, haha, look at you guys. There could be mockery, and maybe that's acknowledging even through like the ancestry of what different people and maybe your industry and your family, you yourself and your children have gone through, the ridicule maybe they have gone through. This is being cleared away from and for you. You're part of that process. Evermore coming in the Cave of Cave of Rivers, Cave of Earth, please, and play. I love that. See, we were talking about play. I want to come back over here for a moment in the Cave of Ice with this academia and this labor. Seemingly two different areas, if I may. Again, I feel as though, not looking for any sort of truth or whatnot, just throwing it out there. We could say this is more university-like, learning a lot of details about things, and this is more college-like, of doing. This could be a trades person that's very much so in and working with elements and energy, where this one is working more with air and just different platforms. So that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like in my heart they're conflictual now. Maybe they were at some point in time and you know that, or you have felt that. But because something's all coming together, if not, it already has been. And here's the thing, by it coming together, that's also a signal of a moving on to your own specialty. But you can still gather. That's the great thing about it. There's still a gathering that takes place because of the similar understandings, not necessarily agreeances in, yes, we all agree in this robotic like. This is just like a universal understanding, but the freedom to play amongst this mindful group thinking, and how what each go about doing is very freeing. Somebody might learn the same thing through a completely different way or vice. Anywho, it all comes together here in the Cave of Rivers, and I feel united. I feel united. I also feel like if somebody's getting married, congratulations, because there is this handing off here. If somebody's, again, parent passed away before and they're not going to be at your ceremony, they will be there walking you down the aisle. They will be there. And while there may be another presence you have here to physically walk you down the aisle, please know that your parent will be on the other side of said arm. It's really quite beautiful. There's something about the bouquet quite specifically. And if you're, what are those things? I don't know if it's called like a boutonniere or something like that. It's like a waft. It's really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet. Play.
Can you help me?
Play with, we are absolutely trying to help you, love. Are you okay? Okay. Let's add on a card, see if anything else is popping through before I let you go. And then I will see you again soon. I'm seeing rocks being stacked, and I'm also seeing, oh, they're right in here. It's kind of like, okay, I don't need to comment. Stonehenge. How rocks, or in anything like that, they're rocks balancing that kind of defy gravity. There is also a wolf and or a polar bear blend hybrid, or pick the one that stands out to you if you're working with a spirit animal.
Don't go there.
Something, I'm in a bed. I'm sleeping right now. There's dragons at the end of my bed protecting me. Like they're curled up like a cat or a dog would be at the end of your bed. There is also... Oh, did I just lose you? Oh, I think my eyes over... Something's being pressed into a window. See this very, 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 very tall, slender being lifting up to this door. You're being lifted.
Make a noise.
Lift. Maybe it's to the farther gate. If this really tall being here, there's the head like floating on top, and there's like a little being here, like we were talking about, you know, being handed off to high school, college, university, your new job, whatever the case is, or just internally your own spiritual essence and your scent, and, you know, being nudged, handed off, but at the same time, anywho, it's not the point. I feel like I'd be coming up here, and then you would kind of like look around and even look down, but they're so tall. You might even have spirits like those wood shaman creatures that can look in like a second story window, because they're just that tall. They can grow. They can grow on command almost. They can grow on command, on demand. They're very protective over you. There's also Thunderbirds. Before I let you go, this is a big old puzzle piece that light is shining through on. liquid light. Liquid light. Okay. And last but not least, we have vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. And we were talking about that mirror before, right? Like it's not a healthy ego. A healthy ego. A healthy ego ecosystem. A healthy essence ecosystem.
Watch.
A healthy emotional ecosystem. This is more than duality, more than just partnership, meaning two, being handed off. And please, I hope that's not triggering. It's because we do the same thing, right? We do the same thing. Learn how to delegate, and it's okay. Learn how to delegate, and it's okay, because that also does protect and serve. Balance and harmony required to replenish when you're not feeling up to it. I heard feeling up to it. It can feel disparaging sometimes in the cave of earth here. It's like being this adult and then say, go play on the little horsey. I don't get the sensation that it's actually meant to feel like, well, I'm too big for this toy, or I'm beyond that, like with this tude, as we may when we're tots, right? I'm 6 now. I don't play with those toys.
Punished.
And it's like, okay, I don't want to punish myself really, but it's kind of like a remembering of the importance of play. Playing with friends, getting together, gabbing, playing all the things that, the imagination. It's the imagination. It's the imagination that is this puzzle piece that, while seems this with this liquid light is white, and this cave like earth being, it becomes multi-dimensional, and then it kind of blows open all the gates. I'm gonna let you go. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertained. I'm always so grateful. The links are below to help a gal grow. This bookmark is one of one if you're interested. Otherwise, I will see you again soon. So much love.